What is going on, my super sandwiches? Ramsel here, and today I bring you some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 news / more of an update video. Not really big news because this is kind of old stuff that we already know about the game. So Gamescom is currently going on, and they have a brand new Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 build, which, by the way, good news, I got to go play it next week, which means I'll have a lot of new content for Xenoverse 2 in about a week or so. So be patient and come back next week. We'll come back every single day, but come back next week for some exclusive gameplay. So first and foremost, I want to say a big shout out to Slow Plays. I will link his channel in the description below. This is not his gameplay, but he ripped this from the stream, and he's the one who brought this to my attention. But this is the new build. We have Android 16, we have Super 17, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Cooler, Dodoria, and then we have the other characters who were in the previous build, like Trunks, Goku, Janemba, and Gogeta. And in this specific gameplay, we have Android 16 versus what's his face, Janemba. And it's funny because Android 16 was a character that I was never a huge fan of, but now that I actually got a chance to see him in action, I'm kind of excited. And also, by the way, this is not in this actual gameplay, but there's also one more stage that was revealed at Gamescom, which is the Tree of Might, which I will show you on the screen right now. So, and by the way, just so you know, this is not the only stage that's available in this game. This is just a demo build. It's available for you to play if you go to Gamescom. So to those freaking out, like, really, we only have 6 stages? We don't. This is just a demo. Anyway, so what I've decided to do in this video is I'll let this actual gameplay play all the way through, and then I'll do a specific breakdown to show you guys the new stuff that we see in the game, because there's a couple new stuff, but for the most part it's basically the same thing. So first and foremost, Android 16, he seems to play like a bulky character, which is kind of obvious. I mean, he's kind of big. He's like the football player type, but something I really like about him is his attacks. They feel like they hit really hard, and you'll see in a couple of seconds when he does his actual ultimate attack, which is a lot of people's favorite move, Hell's Flash. My gosh, it not only destroys the arena, which I'll show you again in the gameplay breakdown at the end, but it feels like it hits really hard. So unfortunately, the people who are playing weren't exactly the best at the game, which it is what it is, but at least they show us enough to show you the character and how unique Android 16 plays as opposed to anybody else. I gotta say though, I was the least Android 16 fan out of anybody, and when he wasn't in Xenoverse 1, I honestly didn't care. But seeing what they did, what Dimps did with Android 16 in this game, really has me excited, and I'm really hoping that somehow Hell's Flash is a move that we can use for a custom created characters. I mean, I'm thinking if a custom character uses this move, they don't necessarily have to, you know, take the arms off. They can maybe just blast the ground and then, you know, cause the explosion that comes afterwards. But the attack looks absolutely epic, and I believe it's coming up in a couple seconds. I only watched this gameplay once prior to sitting down. Well, I watched it a couple times, but I watched it like one time in all the way sitting through to see what's happening. So I don't know when everything's happening when it happens. Like, it's coming up right here, but yeah, right here. Look at that Hell's Flash. Bam! He fires into the ground, and you think he missed, but all the blasts come out, and see that explosion? How all the rocks exploded everywhere? It's not permanent destruction, but if you guys know or remember, the rocks cause a nice little effect when you're powering up and fighting. So I like that. It's pretty cool. Although you can tell that the rocks did disappear at the end. But again, I'll go over all the extra stuff at the end of the fight. But for the most part, Android 16 just feels like he hits really hard, and I love that about his character. Now, the big disadvantage you can tell from his character from the start is he does feel like he's a lot slower. He plays more like Broly, although Broly, even though he lacks speed, he has a power with it. So I don't know how much power Android 16 will pack with his punches, literally, but he still is definitely a character that's going to be a lot of fun to play as, and I know a lot of you guys who love 16 will definitely enjoy his character. So with that said, I want to hear from you guys. How do you guys feel about Android 16 and the moveset that we see in this video? Do you like it or not? Do you wish they did something better? Feel free to let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. But as this fight is getting to wrap up, I'll just start cutting out and chopping up little bits and pieces to show you guys the specific stuff that we know is in this fight. But for the most part, it's kind of tough to see all the extra stuff just because the people who are playing, well, usually demonstrators aren't the best at these games. You got to give someone, like, you know, who has really put a lot of time and effort in a game like this to really show you off the mechanics. So that's kind of a disadvantage with footage, but at least we get to see Android 16 in action and get to see, you know, what we can expect with this character. Look at that grab. That grab is awesome. And we got that rocket punch. Ooh, but Janemba got that nice dodge. Now, unfortunately, this gameplay is going to end. Look at that. Boom. This gameplay is going to end with a timeout, which is everyone's least favorite thing about Xenoverse. And as I said in my video yesterday, the one thing I requested was a lot more time in Xenoverse 2, which I hope they fix prior to release. But without further ado, let's kind of break down all the extra stuff that, you know, I couldn't talk about because I want to kind of chop it up. So because I want to first show you the gameplay itself. So let's get into that right now. First and foremost, let's look at Android 16's character and basically his assets. We're not talking about his butt. So for his assets, I'm talking about his actual ki and stamina and health. So from looks of it, he has a pretty decent amount of health that he starts off with, but the one thing that I'm noticing is he's kind of lacking in the ki and stamina department. Now, I don't know if this is a specific level character, but I do know that when I played as Gogeta a couple weeks ago, Gogeta had a bunch of ki and stamina, and that made him dangerous. Like, not only does Gogeta hit really hard, has amazing combos, but he also has the super moves and the ultimate moves to go with it. Whereas Android 16 is going he's going to have to mostly rely on his melee attacks because you don't have that much snap vanishes and stamina to play off of. For example, you could either do 3 snap vanishes before you get depleted or 2 escape moves. And as far as ki, even though his ki is pretty good, I feel like he's on the lower end of from what I've seen with the character so far. I mean, everybody else seems to have a lot more, but they're giving Android 16 a lot less, which I assume is probably because they're giving him more power. But again, this is just my observation. For all I know, all this could be completely different when the final version of the game comes out. And for all we know, this could be like level 1 or level 7 or level 20, whatever. And level 99 version of Android 16 is going to be massively different. But again, based on the hits that we see in the game, I mean, he hits pretty hard, and it makes sense. I mean, take away his ki, take away stamina, and make him more of a defensive and offensive melee-based character. And I know there's gonna be a lot of you guys that love those kind of characters in Xenoverse. You're gonna love to play 16 to those who favor those fighting types. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see how hard Health Flask actually hits for because of the 3 times that was used in this video, every single time missed. So obviously that tells me 2 things. Number 1, you can't really do it when you're high in the sky. I mean, you see it one time when the person who was playing the game tried to do it from a very, very high point, and the blast came nowhere near. Well, they came kind of close, but mostly it came nowhere near Janemba. The second thing is you have to combo it in. This is one of those moves where you basically have to stagger a player and then kind of launch in a combo, similar to what we saw with Turles' move a couple weeks ago when it first revealed Turles versus Gohan. So this is not one of those moves that you can kind of sit back and spam like Kamehamehas and Spirit Bombs. You have to link it in with the super move or a combo and stagger your opponent. And probably the best bet is maybe break the stamina and then go into that move because it does have a pretty big range if you're within that radius of explosion. Otherwise, the best way to dodge it is just fly up and you're chilling. The only question I have now is how will this move work on a stage like Sky? I mean, is it just going to come out of nowhere? I mean, that's the one thing I want to know. Like, will that move actually work on a Sky stage? Either way, the move looks absolutely beautiful, and the thing I love the most is the explosion effect the first time the person who was playing the game did it. Like, you saw the environment kind of explode and scatter a bunch of rocks everywhere, and if you guys remember, if you power up next to rocks, they kind of float around, and adds a nice little touch to the fight, so I love that. So in a way, it's kind of like stage destruction, but when the character flew around, it did end up disappearing in the end, so that might be kind of iffy with most people, but either way, I think the attack looks awesome, and the explosion of the environment looks pretty cool too, from what it is. But yeah, that's Android 16. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts on them in the comment section below, and who here is excited to take on the Xenoverse 2 world with Android 16. Now, I do want to point out before I end this video, again, I will get to go to Bandai again next week, and I'll get some hands-on experience with this new build, so I'll be able to play as Cooler, 16, Super 17, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, everybody that you saw in the beginning of the video, and I'll have that content for you guys fresh next week. And yes, by the way, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta will be in Xenoverse 2. From what I was told and from what we heard from previous interviews, every character that was in Xenoverse 1, including DLC, will be in Xenoverse 2 from the start, or I guess when you unlock them. So everybody from Mira, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku Vegeta, Golden Frieza, all those characters will be in Xenoverse 2. We don't have to buy them again, so that's a good thing, especially to those who didn't get a chance to play as Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But as far as a full roster, I have no clue yet who's going to be in the game. I assume actually we'll get a new reveal very soon, so stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe if you're new here, and I'll keep you guys in the loop with everything you need to know Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 related. So fingers crossed that our favorite characters will get added. And to those who basically are waiting for a roster, what is that one character you're hoping still gets added? Feel free to share it down below, and hopefully Dimps and Bandai Namco will give us the characters we want. And again, remember, they did say that they will listen to all the feedback that we give them, and if we don't get a full roster of characters we want, all we have to do is rally together and tell Bandai, like, look, you need to give us XYZ. Please give us XYZ, and hopefully they'll listen and deliver in a future free update, because they do, or they did say that, you know, they'll give us free DLC as well as paid DLC, and from what it sounds like, the free DLC is going to be based on feedback we give them. So if we want certain features, certain characters, we have to tell them, and we tell them, and they'll deliver hopefully at some point after the game's released. So fingers crossed there. But who is that character that for you that needs to be in this game? Comment them down below, and I guess we'll take it from there. Now for me, there's currently 3 characters that I really want in Xenoverse 2, and before there was only really 2, and it's funny because both those 2 that I really wanted are in the game. Because a couple weeks ago I did make a poll that said, you know, what character needs to be in the game, and the top winning results were Janemba and Gogeta, who are both in the game. But if I can take those 2 out now because they're obviously in the game, I have 2 that I really want, and the third one that kind of has to be in it. The third one is Hit from Universe 6 because he's awesome, and I'm pretty sure we'll see him in future DLC because they did say that they want to do Dragon Ball Super content. But the other 2 that I really want are Buhan, Super Buu absorbed with Gohan, and Majin Vegeta. I mean, Majin Vegeta is one of the most amazing forms of Vegeta, and him not being in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 was a mistake. So I'm hoping that they do indeed add him in the game, and it's funny because there was recently a leak that showed off a picture of Majin Vegeta on a Xenoverse 2 like broadcast demo type of thing, and it showed Majin Vegeta. We haven't seen his gameplay yet, but I have a strong gut feeling that we'll have Majin Vegeta revealed soon. And the other character that I really want, like I said, is Buhan, just because we need Super Buu in the game. I mean, they had Super Buu in Xenoverse 1, but they didn't have his forms, and again, that was kind of a mistake, just like how not having Majin Vegeta was in the game. So I'm hoping both of those characters, as well as Hit, are in the game, but who's that for you? Feel free to share down below. Anyways, if you're hyped for Xenoverse 2, make sure you leave a like down below, and I guess let's talk in the comment section about Android 16's debut in Xenoverse 2. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. My name is Ramstar, and I'll see all y'all some super sandwiches in the comment section below. Peace.